This video contains content that may disturb some viewers, including references to abuse and domestic violence.
I was a fairly strong and independent individual. I was midway through a postgraduate degree, I'd purchased my own house, I was working full-time, and in my spare time I enjoyed performing. I then met who I thought was the person of my dreams. Talented, attentive, complimentary and caring. We moved in together and we had a beautiful baby girl. Without realising it, I became increasingly isolated by his behaviour. The person I'd imagined spending my life with slowly pushed away my family and friends. He started to yell and throw objects at me. It was always my fault, the way I dressed or something I did or didn't do. His unsafe behaviours became increasingly worse. I always tried to keep our daughter safe the best I could. Family violence is very emotionally confusing and traumatic. On one hand, you have a person you think you know, love and trust, a person who's always been kind and loving and attentive, and then suddenly they're not. And you wonder, what's changed? How can I help them? What have I done? One night, I fled with our daughter because he'd hurt me and pulled out a weapon. I'd attempted to leave several times before, but many factors had stopped me leaving for good. I'd endured threats of losing my daughter and threats against my family. We found a place to move to and felt safer, but were now experiencing poverty. My income barely covered expenses. Then he found us again. It was terrifying. The police laid further charges and referred us to the Salvation Army Family Violence Services. An outreach worker made contact. I was embarrassed and overwhelmed, but we needed the support and someone to walk beside us, and that's what the Salvation Army did. Our outreach worker helped us to find funds to cover another move into safer accommodation. They organised a police safety assessment of the property, including duress alarms. They helped us with vouchers and referred us to money care-free financial counselling. The counsellor looked over my budget and gave me the confidence that I could survive single parenthood financially. It gave me the confidence that I could do this on my own. They also referred us to a lawyer who assisted with a victims of crime claim to help pay for security measures, family violence counselling and other costs. The outreach worker supported us through court and the extension of the family violence intervention order. They also helped us to pay for a few special things that would help us to move forward. Membership at a gym with a creche and some swimming lessons for my daughter. We were also sent on a fabulous day out through the Salvos with Maya, where my daughter and I were treated as VIPs. Watching my daughter play and participate in normal kid activities really gave me hope that we had a brighter future away from violence and that there were still good people in the world who I could trust. A few years on, I'm working for the Salvation Army and have the privilege of working with community members in financial hardship, including other women and children fleeing violence, so they too can have the confidence to create a safer and brighter future. We are now in stable accommodation and my daughter gets to do those everyday normal kid activities we once only dreamt of. It's a good life, far away from fear and violence.
For more information and support on issues raised in this video, please contact the following services: 1-800-RESPECT on 1-800-737-732 and Lifeline on 13 11 14.